Hey everyone, Lazy Panny here. So this story time is about the time I accidentally got myself into my first college party-esque thing. I don't really know how to further really explain this before going into it, but if you like this story time, there will be plenty of these. Anyways, let's dive on in. So this takes place about a year ago now. I was actually in my freshman year of college, which was an interesting experience in itself, which I'll have to tell you more story times about in another time. But during this time, I made some friends. I actually had like a group that was going on, which was great because originally I was like, I'm not going to have any friends going into this thing. I'm just going to be by myself and call it a day. But fortunate enough, I actually have friends that I go to all the time that I still talk to this day. So it's been pretty good so far. Anyways, this is what happened during the story time. So I actually had this friend. Let's call her Ray. So Ray and I actually were acquainted because we both had the same friend. And when I was working in my job at my hometown, I had this coworker. He was telling me about how he had this friend who was also going to the same college as I. So I was like, oh, word, cool. And I totally forgot about this conversation to the months leading up to it. So I was like, oh, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, just let me know about it. He never got to let me know about it, but he did tell her. But he didn't get to tell me or update me ahead of time on it because he had already gone to college himself and he was out of the States. He was gone. So I didn't get the chance to actually ask him about it if I had remembered. Now, during this time, Ray was actually told about me, and during the presentations, during the introductions, the icebergs, all the introductory stuff that you would deal with when first going into your freshman year, she was looking for me. She had no idea where I was, especially during acceptance day. She was just trying to find me, and she was trying to find me based off my description, which is like any other guy you could think of: black hair, brown eyes, kind of a skinny figure, stuff like that. That's not very specific to go off of, so you can imagine her frustration while she was trying to find me. So the way her and I came to each other is because we both had a similar friend group. This is another one, not the main one I usually hang out with. And between my classes, I would go to the cafeteria, which was okay. At first I was like, oh, this is hype. And the thing about the food at this cafeteria was it was good. It was much better than my high school one, but eventually I got so used to it, I was like, you're not going to catch me going to this place anyway. So I was like, yeah. But this was one of those few times I actually was used to it and I was fine with the food before I got sick of it. Let's call this friend Cameron. I dap up Cameron, like, hey, what's going on? He's telling me, oh, nothing much, just came out of my class. And I was like, oh, shoot, me too. And then as we're talking, there's this girl that's coming to our table or closer in our direction. And she sits down next to Cameron. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. I guess this is a friend that he made along the way, maybe in class or something. But he was also in honors, and so was Ray. So Ray sits down and we're talking. But eventually I was like, hey, my name is Remy. It's nice to meet you. And she goes, wait, what's your name? And I go, oh, it's Remy. Why? And she's like, I know you. I was like, what's going on? She's like, I've been trying to find you for months. I was searching through the acceptance day with all the students coming in. I went to multiple of them just to find you during the icebergs, during our introductions, and I never found you. I was like, oh, well, look how that happened. But while she was explaining this to me, I was like, so how did you get on this hunt for finding me? And she's like, oh, because I had my friend, the one I was working with, tell me about you. I was like, oh, and that's when it all came clear to me. I was like, that's how this happened. So this was how I was introduced to her. I was introduced to her as her finding me basically and looking for me, almost hunting me down, if you want to say. So that was okay. So I want to say 2 to 3 months go by. Her and I are acquainted pretty well, pretty good. We have each other's phone numbers and such. We're talking, we're hanging out. She's pretty cool. We vibe on some stuff and we get into a really cool conversation. Now, the conversations we would get into would be really like philosophical and personal and such. It was really cool. But she lived in a suite. And if you don't know what that is, in college, you can choose to live in a suite. And because she was in the honors program, she had the opportunity to do so early. So she lived with 5 other people. So she had a roommate herself, and then there was another 2 and another 2. So they were sophomore up, that was their grades, while my friend Ray was still in freshman. Now, these people were drinkers, they would hang out, they would have a good time, get together, watch stuff, listen to loud music, stuff like that. And one night she calls me. I'm like, oh, this is weird. And I'm on my way to my other friend's dorm, my main group. And she's calling me. She's like, I'm having a panic attack right now. I really need you here. Like, I'm overwhelmed. I'm freaking out. I was like, don't you worry. I'll be over there right now. Not to air out any dirty laundry or anything, but she has to take medication because of how bad her anxiety can be. Just to put that in context. So when I heard this, I was like, oh, I know this is serious. So I walked across my campus all the way to her building, and they asked for my ID. I was like, here's my ID, because you have to have a school ID to get through the said buildings. And so I went up, I knocked, I was like, hey, where is Ray? They were like, oh, Ray's in the back. So I go into her room. She's on the floor right now, and she has this other friend who's trying to comfort her as well. And we're all just trying our best to see what she needs. And I asked her, I was like, Ray, what do you need right now? And the reason why I was asking her so specifically is because everyone else was like talking over her, basically saying, this is what she wants, this is what she needs. And she was like, I just need the majority of these people out. Like, I only want you and this other person and this other person. That's it. I was like, oh, okay. No, that makes sense. That's fair enough. And then this other guy, let's call him Clark. Clark comes in out of nowhere, and I guess he gets the same phone call or message. And he's like, okay, everybody out of this room, everybody out. I was like, who the hell is this guy? And so he's just telling everybody to get out. But I was like, you know what? It's kind of what she wanted anyways. So I was like, okay, I can do that. So I leave the room, and it's just her and Clark. Now, I don't know what they're talking about. I'm pretty sure the guy was just there to comfort her, and later I was correct. But during this time, now I'm stuck at this party. I don't know the majority of these people. I'm acquainted with one. And some of the girls there would come up to me and be like, hey, my name is so-and-so. It's like, hey, my name is Remy. And they just had tons of beer cans. A lot of them were empty, and they were just on this table as a group. And I think they were just trying to get the biggest amount that they can to fill up this table and more. So I was like, okay, that's cool, I guess. I didn't take part in it. I have no interest in drinking. So I was like, I'm all set. I don't need that. Plus, I'm here for my friend anyway, so I need to be focused on her. And one of the things that I saw one time before, it was a get together, and Ray was there. And during that time, what she would do is clean up. So she would clean up on all the cans, all the trash, all the stuff that was spilt over, because people are clumsy during that state, if you know what I mean. So what I did in the meantime to kill the time I was in, I was like, okay, I'm just going to clean up and make sure that she can just be in a situation where she doesn't have to worry about cleaning this place up, and it should be all spotless, good to go. And during this time, they were getting more and more drunk, and I had this one girl, let's call her Lucy. Lucy comes up to me, and she's freaking out. She's like overwhelmed. Now, I didn't know this at the time, but after this all happened, I was told how she was pretty much a drama queen. She was very easily jealous. She was very much more of an attention seeker than anyone in that whole suite. So she came up to me, and I was like, oh, hey, what's up? Is everything okay? Because she's like freaking out. She's crying, almost hyperventilating. And she's like, oh, he's going to find me. He's going to find me. I'm like, who's going to find you? And then she's like, this guy. And then she starts on this crazy story saying how she met this guy. They got together, thought he was charming, and he was at first, and then figured out he was crazy and he was this monster, impregnated her, and was trying to always find her, and was like, if you don't tell me where you are and such, I'm going to find those babies and I'm going to murder them. I was like, whoa, okay. And not gonna lie, it was my first impression of her, so I had no reason to think she was lying. So I genuinely believed her because she was freaking out and crying about it. And then eventually she gets to the point of where she's like, I was pregnant, I had these kids, they were twins, they were beautiful, and giving them names and everything. So I was really in the trip for this story. I was like, okay, this seems pretty real. I don't have any reason to believe otherwise. And then she tells me that the nurse that was taking the babies away to make sure they were fine murdered them. And the way she did it was she had like a pin needle or some type of pin and stabbed them in the back of the head, and they were gone. And then she starts melting down on the air mattress because I inflated that air mattress for her because she wasn't going to make it to her bed. And she was crying. She was scared. It was almost like a 5-year-old that was scared of the dark. Imagine that, but like a junior, a grown person. And she was crying and freaking out, and I was just comforting her because it's in my personality to want to comfort people that are in distress like that. So I was like, it's okay, you're going to be fine, blah, 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 blah. And there's times where she was fine. And then eventually the door opens to Ray's room during all this. And I was like, okay, I can go check on her. I can see what's up with her. And basically, I went in to check in on Ray. I was like, hey, how you doing? What's going on? She's like, I'm great. I was like, why are you great? She goes, I just took my medicine and I feel so much better. I see so many things right now on the walls. And for context, like I said earlier, she takes meds. And these meds are really strong for her because a lot of them don't work for her. So the kinds that she took made her like very loopy, very excited, but she would remember everything afterwards. But she was very loopy, very happy, very content with where she was. But I was like, okay, do you need anything? She's like, yeah. I just need these people to get out of my way. Like, these people are really overwhelming me and such. And I was like, don't you worry. Okay, I'll repeat the message. And I'm like, guys, she just wants space. She's overwhelmed. And that's all she needs. And while some of the people are going out, they're actually having fights right now with another friend of Ray's. And they're like, oh, you're doing this and that, this and that. And apparently there was other drama about him and a different girl and how he wasn't treating her right or something, which wasn't true, but that's a different story for a different time. So while they're fighting out there, I'm with Ray. I'm like, so what did Clark talk to you about? And she was like, well, basically he got mad at me for like having a panic attack and freaking out and just basically telling me what I did wrong. And in my mind, I'm like, so this guy came in while she's having a panic attack and was like, oh, why are you doing that essentially? What sense does that make? So basically, I'm like, you know what? Don't worry about it. Also, if you need to know, I cleaned up the place for you so you didn't have to worry about it because I figured that'd be one less thing off your plate. And she was like, oh, you're the best. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much, Remy. I was like, no problem. Of course, anytime. So basically, people are making a mess out there, doing whatever again. And that girl earlier comes up, Lucy, and she's like, do you think I should tell everybody? I was like, tell them what? And she's wrapped up in a blanket and she has tears from earlier. Her makeup is gone, just dragged down her face a bit. And she's like, I'm gonna tell them. And I never heard her tell them. I never heard her tell anybody about the story that she told me. I was like, what is going on? But she didn't. So I was like, okay, that's fine by me. But after she went away, I was with Ray for the majority of the night. I was like, do you need anything? Do you want me to make your bed? Do you need help getting to your bed? Stuff like that. She's like, yeah, I think I will. And so me and one friend of hers, the guy that was being fought over at the party earlier that I mentioned, was helping me around get her there, basically closer to her bed because she didn't want to actually get to her bed. She just wanted to be in a more comfortable place. So we put her in a chair and we're just talking to her, talking about whatever, talking about anime and stuff like that. And she was fine. Essentially, after that point, her nerves had calmed down. She was just dealing with a lot personally. And essentially, after the party was dying down, I was like, okay, we're fine. She's good. And so I'm like, are you going to be fine for the rest of the night? And she's like, yeah, I'll be okay. You already cleaned up the place, which I really appreciate. I should be good for the night. I was like, okay, that's fine. Please text or call me if you need anything. I'm gonna head out before this gets any weirder for me. And she's like, yeah, I totally understand. Thank you for coming by on such short notice. I really appreciate you. You're really a good friend. I was like, yeah, no, anytime. Just let me know if you need anything. So I say goodbye to the few people that I could actually have conversation with, and I left. And I went to my main group's dorm room, as I said at the very beginning of the story time. And they're like, so, where'd you go? I go, guys, I went to Ray's suite. She was having a panic attack, so I went there last minute. This guy named Clark comes in out of nowhere, kicks everybody out, and so I'm stuck at this party. Then I hear about this girl who's saying her kids were killed, murdered, and how she has this crazy boyfriend or ex-boyfriend trying to get her. And after that, they were just jaws dropped. They were amazed at the fact that this all happened between like the last 2 hours, I want to say. Again, my memory's a little foggy, but that event, pretty strong. And the culprit to the whole situation was that everyone was drinking Pink Whitneys as well. So anytime I see that bottle or brand or wherever I'm going, if I'm driving or it's in a liquor store, I get PTSD to that exact story. Later on, we discovered that Lucy was actually lying about this whole thing and how she was just a drama queen and how she was just very, very jealous. So needless to say, we don't like her, and yeah, we just did not associate with her after this point. but she would give looks as if she was like, you know, when people give puppy eyes to people, that's what it looked like every time she would side eye me. I don't know how much she remembered of that time, but I was like, yeah, I'm all set. I don't want to deal with this person. Ray had a good night otherwise. She told me the next day that she appreciated me coming over and that she felt so much better at the fact that I was there and I actually just listened to her and I was like, what do you actually want? So that was great overall because I didn't know what I was doing. So I'm really grateful that I could do what I did. But yeah, that's what happened during that whole story time. The friends I went back to were in shock and amazed at what happened. But that's the end of the story time. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.